Recently, I was talking with one of my patients who had labs that showed very elevated, high levels of cholesterol, particularly elevations in LDL and triglycerides. I want to share with you what I shared with her, specifically about what does high cholesterol mean? Is it bad? And what is it truly a sign of? Meaning, what's the root cause of high cholesterol and how can you address it naturally to help turn those numbers around and help your body reduce the cholesterol burden that it is experiencing? So let's dig into today's video. High cholesterol is one of those things that instantly gets you written a script for a statin. And I have so many patients who have scripts that are unfulfilled because they are concerned about taking statins. Total viable concern, and I want to share with you really the root cause of high cholesterol and what it means. And more importantly, once you know why your body is producing cholesterol, then you can do things, take measures, take action, and supplement and make some positive dietary changes that will positively influence the levels of cholesterol in your body. Now, I first want to preface all of this with cholesterol is not a bad thing. This is a natural occurrence in the body, and basically how I describe cholesterol is, number one, it's manufactured in your liver. So your liver function is really key. If you have any liver dysfunction, any diagnosis of fatty liver or liver enzymes that are elevated, those are all going to negatively influence cholesterol. But number one, your liver produces cholesterol as a Band-Aid. So LDL is what your body is called upon to produce. The liver takes action, and it is this LDL, this lipid, it functions like a Band-Aid inside your cardiovascular system. So what cholesterol is, it is a response to oxidative stress or free radical damage inside the walls of your cardiovascular system. That could be a small vein or it could be an artery. We can have oxidative stress systemically, and that is the reason why your body is producing LDL. Now, when it comes to labs, when you're taking a cholesterol panel, a lipid panel, your constipative status, your digestive status can negatively influence the labs. Meaning, if you have not had healthy bowel movement before you take your labs, or you are in a state of mild or chronic constipation, you're going to have that negative influence, meaning your cholesterol levels are going to register high because the bowels are how we eliminate cholesterol. If it's sitting there in a, kind of waiting to release, but we haven't had bowel movements for a day or more, there's a reabsorption process. We have a hepatic vein that reabsorbs chemicals, hormones, toxins, and cholesterol back into the system. And then when we take blood, we're seeing and measuring free-floating cholesterol. So just know that if you have high cholesterol and you're constipated, we're not getting a true assessment, a true number of your actual cholesterol. The other thing that high cholesterol means, elevated LDL and triglycerides, it means that you have inflammation, systemic inflammation in your body. And that inflammation is causing oxidative stress. And oxidative stress basically means it's a breakdown of cells, and free radicals, single cells, are wreaking havoc, and they're causing damage to the cardiovascular system. Now, when you think about cholesterol, we know that cholesterol can cause strokes, and it can cause clotting, and it can cause things down the road like atherosclerosis, and it can cause clogging of our main core arteries. It can even trigger dementia. It's at the root a metabolic imbalance, a metabolic syndrome. But cholesterol, at the end of the day, is a sign of free radical stress and oxidative stress and inflammation in so many different parts of the body. Small glands, organ, soft tissue, you name it, the cardiovascular system, our veins, our arteries, that whole entire webbing inside our body is influenced by oxidative stress. So when you have labs that are showcasing high cholesterol and or high triglycerides, then we need to address oxidative stress. At the end of the day, if we can lower oxidative stress, we can lower inflammation, then you're going to find your body has better response mechanism to oxidative stress, and we reduce the need for Band-Aids to be called up. LDL is the Band-Aid that goes and patches up damage, basically a burn, free radical burn mark in the vascular system, vascular channel. HDL is the helper. It's the Band-Aid removal. And often, if your labs show low HDL and elevated LDL, you actually don't have enough of the Band-Aid removal values. You don't have enough Band-Aid removers in the system. So of course, you're gonna have elevated LDL because you don't have enough HDL to remove the Band-Aid. So think of cholesterol as a response, a wound response within your body. We can't see it, but we can measure it through labs. A huge influencer in your elevated cholesterol levels, particularly for women between the ages of 40, 45, and 65, is the reduction of estrogen through our natural hormone changes via perimenopause and menopause. There's a particular influence that estrogen has on our body's capacity to balance cholesterol. And when we see women's estrogen levels waning, we actually see an increase in cholesterol. So that's the reason, if you are a female considering using plant-based or bioidentical estrogens, it's not a bad idea to consider that, especially if you're seeking to combat and lower cholesterol, particularly inflammation and oxidative stress, which the reality is perimenopause and menopause for women produces a massive amount of oxidative stress and inflammatory components and influences within our body as we have hormonal imbalances, which really sucks, but this is a reality. And thankfully, we are seeing greater information and data and clinical studies showcasing the negative influences of estrogen dipping in females' lives. Now, the same happens for men, just not as great. And often andropause for men can be an influencer when it comes to cholesterol levels as well. And the ways to address oxidative stress and inflammation is to increase greatly your antioxidants. I love these antioxidants. I love moringa. I love chaga. That's a functional mushroom. I love beta-cryptoxanthin. And my favorite product where you can get this, it's Satsuma oranges, the derivative within these amazing mineral densely grown Japanese oranges. You can grab that through Juverente. It's a company that has a product called Bone Strength. Beta-cryptoxanthin is powerful for reducing oxidative stress levels. And we have a lot of research on this specifically, as well as a whole bunch of other health concerns. But when there's inflammation and there's oxidative stress, there will be increases in LDL. Another thing that you can do when you have elevations of cholesterol is to increase your antioxidant-rich spices. Spices like clove. Clove is super, super high on the antioxidant scale. You can also increase your oregano spice or oil of oregano. That's a super high antioxidant. Cinnamon and turmeric are also high antioxidant valued spices that you can cook with, and in many cases you can also get in supplemental form. My all-time favorite herbal is called sumac bran. This is a fantastic, beautiful Middle Eastern spice. It's aromatic and is very flavorful. This is one of the best high antioxidant herbs on the market or spices that you can choose to cook with. And you can also find it in a supplemental form. All the links for the items I've talked about today, they will be linked in the description box below. If you are interested in saving 10% on many of the supplements I've recommended. I'm going to include the link where you can register for a free patient account within my patient-specific supplement online store. We have a clearinghouse of over 40,000 assorted supplements. And if you set up a free patient account, you can shop not just the items on this list, but a whole bunch of items for you, your family, your kids, your pets, and your home. We have a lot of stuff, and even books. The parting advice I want to give to you today is this. Your cholesterol is indicative of something that is going on inside your body. And not every cholesterol state is stagnant, meaning every day, every week, every month, our body is in a state of flux, and our lab values are also in a state of flux. We have a great opportunity to positively influence the lab values that you might be dealing with as it relates to high or elevated cholesterol and triglyceride levels. You have a lot more control than you probably even realize you do, and I hope you find the encouragement in today's video, the empowerment that you can seize the day and take your health into your own hands, because there are some great ways to support your body. And this is really the systemic, the deeper rooted imbalances that lead to elevations in cholesterol. And as a functional medicine doctor, that's what I'm all about. And that is all I practice and preach and support within my patient community. And if you are interested in becoming a new patient of mine, we are open for the new 2025 season. So I hope you will click on the link below, schedule an appointment. And also, if you're watching this before January 1st of 2025, I hope you will join my 5-day New Year Wellness Challenge. This is free to everybody who participates. And I'm gonna break down really impactful 5 ways for you to kick off and jumpstart the year on the right foot. So there'll be a link in the description box below as well where you can join that. And I look forward to seeing you there. And definitely know you have a lot more control over cholesterol. It's not a stagnant state. And that does not necessarily mean that you need to be on statins forever and that if you don't take them, it's going to kill you. The reality is it's more complex than what you often get kind of told, and definitely fear-based communication. I'm not for that. So I wanted to educate you and hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please hit that like button, share this and boost it. I appreciate your time and your support. Have a great day.